So today, I took this 2020 C8 Corvette around on everything I needed to get done today. I had my friend Ben come over to get some of his impressions of the ride. And yeah, let's get into it. If you would like to see more of this type of content, please consider hitting the subscribe button and the bell down below. It'll really help us out as we continue to grow. And if you look up here, still no one that watches my video to subscribe. Do me a favor and hit the button down below. Now back to the content. So we're currently heading to the gym. It's time to get big. Obviously this is a really fun car to drive.
No better way to get your heart pumping for the gym than hitting 3 Gs straight away.
Yeah. We have all of our stuff loaded in the back. I mean, it's actually quite a spacious trunk.
It really is.
You can fit a lot in there.
It's like, what, 2 golf bags?
I think that's what Chevy says. I've never tested it, but my dad does have a few golf bags.
Yeah, we can try that out later.
Yeah. All right. We put it back into tour mode, and honestly this car feels a lot softer. I could probably drive this across the country the way it is.
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, this is a very easy car to just road trip in. Like, I'm 6 feet tall and my legs still have room in here.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm 6'4". I'm a little bit wide and these seats are a little bit tight on me, but it's still comfortable. It grips me in.
Definitely the most comfortable, like, high performance car I've ever sat in.
Yeah,
like, this is very nice.
All right, we made it to the gym. We're about to go in. Wish me luck.
I've got a vague idea of what it can do. I don't need to find all the information.
The trunk, as we said earlier, is pretty spacious. I mean, fits all of our stuff in here.
With room to
more
spare.
than well. I don't think I've ever seen this. I don't think I've ever seen this type of trunk space in a mid-engine car before. Just finished up at the gym. That was fun. We forgot towels, so we didn't shower. Now we're heading back. So we're heading home. That was a good workout.
Yeah, put in the work.
He pushed me a little harder, but it was good.
Much needed.
Much needed. We're gonna head home, take a shower, and then probably go out to lunch. You think you still have time for that?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Let's go. So Ben, what do you think about this car?
Well, it's a beautiful piece of machinery, dude. Like, everything fits together very well. And on top of that, like, it's amazingly performance-based, but it's very luxurious on the inside as well.
Yeah.
Like, you look at most, like, race cars, right? And they're bare bones, but they're all performance. This is like that, just with luxury added to it.
Yeah. The one thing I would say, though, as someone who is bigger and who has sat in that passenger seat before, is it can get a little cramped for some passengers. And I mean, you can probably feel that a little bit. But in terms of legroom, there's a lot. It's just more side to side.
I mean, yeah, like you were saying earlier, like, the seats are a little concave. So, like, I'm, like, fairly wide in the upper body, so it's kind of hugging my back and shoulders a little bit.
Yeah.
But, like, it's still not bad. Like, but
yeah.
for larger, you know, larger than the average passengers, that, yeah, that's going to be a little tight. But for most people that are, you know, national average, 5'10", like, for guys, they're going to fit just fine in one of these.
Yeah. About how the car feels. In terms of, like, power, speed.
Yeah, it handles like a dream. Like, everything about it is gorgeous. Like I was saying earlier, like, it's luxury and a performance just combined. The engine itself, like, I'm not a huge car engine guy. It's a lot different than a Wärtsilä RT Flex, you know. but it seems like it's got the horsepower and the torque to do the job, and it's got the right suspension and everything else to just make it smooth throughout the entire process. Like you feel the power behind the engine, but you don't feel the power, if that makes sense. Like, it's not harsh.
Yeah.
It's a very smooth ride, but you still feel how much is behind you in that engine.
Yeah, and when you're going, I don't think I've ever been, I mean, it's a dual clutch transmission. I've been in a few dual clutch transmission cars before, mostly McLarens, and none of them feel like they shift this fast.
Yeah, it's a very smooth shifting engine. Like, the transmission is fantastic at doing its job.
Like, at low speeds, you don't even notice it. At high speeds, it's noticeable, but it's so quick that, like, you don't really get that same...
Yeah, there's no lag to it.
Yeah.
Like, you can still notice when it shifts, but there's not a visible lag. You don't feel it. You don't get bumped.
Yeah, and, like, I mean, my old daily was a Focus ST, so I had the manual. And whenever I would be fully in the power and then shift, everyone would go forward, because obviously manual transmissions, you can't shift super fast.
Yeah, I remember riding in that car. Every time you shifted, I would just like come out of my seat. I've yet to come out of my seat in this car,
No.
even when you're going speeding down this road.
Yeah, I mean, it just, I don't have enough space to do it right now, but it just...
Yeah, 40 feet, you don't want to just hit the gas. Every time. It's so good. It's got so much power. It's so nice.
Oh, it does. And I'm not even in like sport or anything. I'm in comfort.
No, yeah, that was just a natural push on the gas in comfort mode. Like, that's nothing compared to what it can actually do.
Yeah, and one thing that's interesting that a lot of people know about but don't really know about is this car, when you're just kind of cruising, like, it's not doing it right now because I just stomped on the gas, so it's thinking I'm going to stomp on the gas again. But the car will actually swap from, it'll shut down 4 cylinders. So it'll be a V8 whenever you're in the power, but when you're just cruising, it drops down 4 cylinders for fuel economy.
It's not a bad feature.
Yeah, and I mean, with the C7, like, that was a feature on the last generation Corvette too. A lot of people were saying after a while with the automatic transmission, they were having transmission problems. But what, these cars have been out for 2 years now. I haven't seen anything about transmission problems related to that.
Oh, so they updated the transmission to fix it?
Well, it's an entirely different system because it's a mid-engine, but...
Well, no, I'm saying like they retroactively fixed the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are times that I've taken this car long distances and on average gotten like between 30 and 40 miles per gallon.
That is much better than my truck.
Same, dude. I got like 16 in my truck.
Yeah, I was gonna say like maybe 20 max.
But yeah, see, look, you saw the dash just flip to V4 at the bottom?
Oh yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick little video on my phone of it swapping back and forth. So like the moment you kind of get into the power a little bit, it swaps back to a V8. And then once it shifts back down, hopefully I can do it before I have to turn. Why won't it shift again? What?
You gotta drop below 1500. No, there it is.
Yeah, there we go. Now it's in V4. What's the... Oh, I'm still in drive, that's why. It's not that convenient when you have to... when you have to reach out to do anything. But yeah, whenever you have to reach out, like at drive-thrus or like there to put in a gate code, it's not easy. You kind of have to maneuver a bit.
That is the one complaint I have about this car. And it has nothing to do with the car, it just has to do with me being tall and this being very low to the ground and having bad knees. It's just very hard to get out of.
Yeah.
But that's honestly not the worst thing in the world. I could get used to that.
Oh yeah, it honestly brings out the middle-aged man in me. Like the one that always like grunts when they sit.
Yeah,
And,
it's the dad groans.
yeah, and like moaning to stand up.
Yeah.
It happens in this car, and I'm 23. I almost said 22. I'm almost 24.
Yeah. Being
Oh,
24
no.
years old and grunting like an old man getting in and out of this car is something interesting, but I could get used to it if I was driving this.
Oh, if I drove it every day, I would get used to it.
Yeah. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Very low on my priority list.
Overall, this could easily be a daily if you don't need to carry more than one extra passenger. It has plenty of space up in the front, plenty of space in the back, and it has enough get up and go to get around any traffic you need to get around.